All right, welcome back to Nadlan Forum Podcast Daily. I'm Ruby, here with Leor. Today we're diving into the clever side of US real estate. Some people just throw money at a property and hope, but let's be honest, there's more to it. We're talking mortgages, private lending, hard money, all the basics, and why knowing your financing structure isn't just for the investment nerds out there.
Yeah, you can have $1 million in the bank and still get tripped up if you don't understand finance. I see it all the time, especially with folks new to the US market. Structuring the deal is what makes or breaks it.
This reminds me, I've got a mate in Sydney, I won't name her just in case she's listening, who landed in New York ready to snap up a Manhattan apartment. She'd saved for ages, but basically figured that if your down payment is big enough, doors just open up. Turns out she was blindsided by the whole finance bit. Strict mortgage criteria, extra fees, different lender rules. Honestly, she nearly fled back to Bondi. It's not just about the cash you've got on you, it's the whole toolbox of financing options.
And I get why people think that. For example, at Nadlan Capital, we don't just hand over a generic lending solution, right? We look at who you are. First timer, you've got one set of risks. Experienced investor with a portfolio, whole different ball game. Maybe private lending makes more sense, or sometimes a hard money loan can close the gap when timing is tight.
Yeah, and it's not just about getting the deal done. How you structure your financing impacts everything. Your return, your risk, whether you can take on another deal, or if you're stuck juggling payments. I mean, you've talked about this before. One bad setup and you're on the back foot from day one.
Exactly. It's why the right structure can add a lot to your return and protect you when the market shifts. Like, people sometimes underestimate what the paperwork and loan structure really mean for their day-to-day risk. But we'll get into more about that as we talk about what's happening in the market right now.
So let's talk opportunities, right? Everyone's looking for the next hot area. Some folks reckon urban development is where you want to be. Projects popping up everywhere, loads of buzz, and then you've got suburbs exploding, families moving out of the city, remote work, suddenly places you never heard of are booming. And short-term rentals, there are people making a killing on platforms like Airbnb. Not that I'm jealous or anything.
Yeah. But before you count your profits, investors need to watch out for risks that aren't so obvious. Like market volatility. Property prices can swing pretty sharply depending on what's happening in the broader economy, or even just local demand. And liquidity. Real estate isn't like stocks. You can't sell in a day. If you want to exit, it can take time and money.
And there's operational stuff too. Tenants, surprise repairs. Suddenly the council wants you to upgrade a fire alarm. Or maybe you get hit with zoning issues you didn't even know were a thing.
That's a big one. I had a client with a multifamily property in Dallas, looked like a dream on paper. Strong area, good numbers. But they didn't dig into local regulations. After the purchase, zoning changes came in and suddenly he couldn't do what he planned with the property. The numbers stopped making sense. Due diligence would have saved a lot of pain. I mean, even with good financing, those surprises can sink the deal.
It just goes to show, even when everything looks great, a hot market, good financing, loads of demand, you've still got to do the groundwork. One missed detail and you're scrambling for solutions.
That's why at Nadlan Capital, we walk clients through not just funding, but the homework. Checking for operational, regulatory, and market risks. Because it's all connected. You can't separate opportunity from risk in this business.
All right, let's get practical. Whether you're just thinking about investing or you've done a few deals, what's the real first step? I'd say get honest about your goals. Do you want that steady monthly cash flow? Are you after value growth? Maybe you love tax benefits. Whatever it is, write it down. If it's not clear, you'll get lost in the noise.
Exactly. And once you know what you want, be smart about the market you pick. There's a reason we talk about picking markets, not just buying property. Use whatever local edge you have, or leverage platforms that show you vetted investment areas. Don't guess. The US is huge with big differences from region to region.
Yeah, and financing, just start that conversation early, hey? I know so many investors who waste months because they wait too long to talk to a lender, or they think they'll just sort it out later. Not a good plan. At Nadlan Capital Group, you can chat with someone and see what fits your actual strategy, not just what the bank says is average.
Right. And if you're just starting, don't try to DIY everything. Grab the education wherever you can. Webinars, investor meetups, even podcasts like this. Actually, our Investors Marketplace is designed for this. You get to see curated deals, real funding partners, a bit of community so you're not going in blind.
Community really is the secret sauce. I mean, tech helps too, but nothing beats learning from people who've been there, made all the rookie mistakes, and lived to tell the tale. Like, don't be afraid to ask dumb questions. That's how you dodge the dumb mistakes.
We've seen it. People who join a few meetups, get peer advice, or check out webinars, they're way more confident and less likely to get caught out by something basic. Honestly, partnering with a group like Nadlan gives you a foundation, so you're not just hoping for the best, you're growing with support.
All right, we're going to wrap things up here. Smarter investing isn't magic. It's about solid steps, the right people, and being willing to learn as you go. We'll keep digging deeper in future episodes, so stick with us for more stories, strategies, and expert guests. Lior, thanks for sharing your Dallas disaster tale. Makes me feel better about my Sydney mate's Manhattan misadventure.
Thank you, Ruby. Always a pleasure. And thanks to everyone listening. Don't forget to check out our Investors Marketplace and send us your questions for next time.
All right, take care, everyone. Talk soon, Lior.
Bye, Ruby. Bye, everyone.